Hello, I'm John Gable with CheckPoint Software. I think everybody here has heard of the browser wars at one point or another. There's something new going on right now, which you could call the browser security wars. And that impacts everybody here and outside of this room as well, but particularly the people in this room. Let me tell you what's going on. Cyber criminals are making over $100 billion a year from cybercrime. That's more than they make from illegal drugs. It's a huge number. What it means is that they are very well financed, very sophisticated, and they're very successful. Very successful at hacking into your customers' PCs and into your systems. So what's going on here? How do they do that? Well, what they're doing is they're actually hooking into the web browser. That's a new thing that's happening really a lot in this last year. Over a third of attacks actually enter through the web browser. Because what does a web browser do? It opens your computer up to the world. It opens you and your machine up to everything that's out there, and also to the threats that are there. And what happens is that these attacks find a way through that web browser onto your PC, and they steal social security numbers, passwords to your financial institution, critical, confidential corporate data, and send it to criminals. So that's what's going on. So what do you do about that? We're at CheckPoint Software. We're just about security. That's what we do. We are the actually most profitable security company in the industry and serving over 98% of Fortune 500. And what we have and what I'm showing you today is some unique technology that only we have that's available today. We're actually delivering it today to consumers in something we call Zone Alarm Force Field. Let me show you what that does. I'll show you something pretty simple that everybody's familiar with first, which is a phishing site. I think most people here know what phishing sites are. I'm just going to go to a site that pretends to be eBay, but it's not. And like many other phishing products out there, we stop and put a red alert in front of you saying, no, 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 this is a dangerous site, don't go forward. What we also do that's unique is most anti-phishing software just relies on a list. They only know the phishing sites that already exist, that are already on some list. What about that phishing site that was created 1 second ago targeting your institution? We also have heuristics, analytics, things that we do to actually analyze a page and can actually identify it before anybody knows about it. So your customers and you are protected from that situation. Let me show you something actually a little bit more insidious and you may not be as aware of. Football season is here. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I go to the Miami Dolphins site. I should be safe here, right? Everything's okay. Not necessarily. In fact, this very site was hacked last year along with countless others. And what happens is a user comes here and everything seems fine. But invisibly in the background, malicious software is being downloaded onto that person's PC. What does that mean? What happens? Well, let me show you some of that software that actually downloads invisibly, that you don't see. I've actually installed some of that onto this machine. I've installed some spyware, or actually in this case, it's a keylogger. What does a keylogger do? It actually records what you do anywhere you are, even after you leave that Miami Dolphins site and visit a bank, for example. Let me just show you it works. I'm just going to open a notepad here, and I'm going to type something. Could be my social security number, could be a password. And let's go back to this spyware. And you see right here that it has captured what I typed. What it now does is it takes that information and it sends it to criminals. It sends it to the very people you're trying to protect your systems from. That's how it works. That's how you get infected this way. Well, let's try this in a different scenario. Let's try this with Zone Alarm Force Field. I'm at the same website, Miami Dolphins. And what you'll see up here at the Zone Alarm toolbar, which, by the way, you can hide if you like, I'll just kind of show you what it's been up to. And you'll notice it says 66 megabytes of possibly harmful data was prevented from reaching your PC. Now, this is invisible to the user, doesn't impact what they do, but this is the real kicker. Everything that just happened, when you're browsing on a website, it all happens in a bubble of security. Essentially, we create a force field around your web browser. And we run everything in a virtual sandbox. That means that even if a hacker has taken over Miami Dolphins, and even if they're trying to put information onto your machine through plugins, through the through JavaScript or some other malicious way. Even if they find a way to break through, they've broken through web security before, they will again. Even if they succeed with something we never dreamt up with before, it will all exist within this virtual sandbox. That means it can run safely and never impact your computer, never get onto your PC. So even if they do break through, they don't get on your PC, you are safe, your customer is safe, and your institution is safe. There's another kind of threat that we block you from. Let's say I already have malicious software on my computer. It was installed in some other way. It was installed before I had Zone Alarm Force Field. Let me go to the Bank of America website, and this is the real website in this case. And I'm just going to type in, I'll just type in a password. Well, let's go ahead and check this keylogger again. I'm going to refresh it again, and notice it didn't capture anything. Zone Alarm Force Field completely circles and protects your browser, not only from threats from above, like malicious websites or legitimate websites have been hacked, but also from malicious software that's already on your computer. So even if you have a customer who has a hacked machine, a dirty PC, everything that's happening within that web session and with you is safe and secure. That's what we do. We protect that entire environment, that entire experience. If you're interested in these technologies, there are many more that we have. You have to completely protect that web security. My name is John Gable. This is CheckPoint Software. If you're interested in the Zone Alarm Force Field technologies, come see us. We're here to help. Thank you.